Okay, so this is a strange one, because this was going to be a video about nostalgia, and I've actually got 8 minutes of it on my Sony Vegas timeline already recorded, but I'm scrapping that, and we're going with something completely different. Hey, why not? So yeah, I'm not sure if I had a senior moment or what quite happened, but I have 8 minutes of a video recorded about nostalgia with classic, and I have now ditched that in favour of something completely different. Because it's been bugging me, it's been in the back of my mind, buzzing around, all while recording my nostalgia video. And I was sort of like, well, nostalgia can come at another time. This obviously needs to be dealt with because it's in my head and it needs to come out. We're talking about learning from classic. Now, what I mentioned in my video last night was that Blizzard needed to learn from classic, needed to see what we as fans really enjoyed and what maybe in the course of all these expansions we've slowly drifted away from. And yes, granted, a lot of those were for life changes to make just the game more fun, more easier to play, such as, obviously, people are going to say talent pruning is one of the first, but also things like hunters don't need arrows anymore, things like that. And I'm not here to say whether they are good or bad, but there is certainly a part of the soul of the game has disappeared. Anybody that plays classic will immediately feel that it's very different, and you do feel like a very small cog in a very big world. When you first start out, you are nothing, you're a nobody, you're basically a guy that was a shepherd 1 minute and now you've been drafted into the army now, boy. Off you go, and that's it. You're not the commander, you're not Sylvanas or whoever has summoned you because you're so damn important, but yet you still need to pick shit up all the time. Or collect dwarf brains, or whatever your alternative would be if you were Alliance. And the world, by extension of that, feels dangerous. If you go too far outside your comfort zone, you will die. Pull several mobs, you will die. You've killed a mob and you need to loot it, but you get just a little bit too close and all of a sudden a load of mobs come running over to you, you know you're dead. You can try your hardest, you can fight, but you know you're dead. Whereas obviously currently I could be leveling a character and probably even without heirlooms, half a camp runs at me, I'm going to be able to kill them. So the risk reward, that danger element, isn't there. By extension of that, we can also learn as a community again, because we're gamers and inherently we can be very lazy. We will find the easiest way to do something. If there's an exploit, if there's some way to do it, generally it'll be used. That's just the way gamers are. Not everybody, it's a generalization, I understand that, but we will try and find, people always find what's the quickest way to level, what's the quickest route to take to farm the most amount of ore or the most herbs, what is the quickest way for me to get Azurite power for my neck. It's, oh Jesus, how many YouTube channels were made on it? My gold making series was insane. Because of that very reason, people wanted to know how to make easy gold. It's just the way we are as gamers. It's the way it always has been. It's not a criticism, it's just the way we are. But when you are then faced with the fact that if I shoot a mob, that mob is mine. Doesn't matter that I'm Horde and you're Horde, it is mine. So all of a sudden you have named mobs which we all need for a quest, and there's loads of us stood there. So we have to find a system. We have to find a way to make this right, to make this fair. Now you can be that guy that stands there and says, well, as soon as that spawns, I'm having it. I don't care about anybody else. Or you can go, well, there's like 4 of us here. I'll invite everybody to a party and we're all going to get it. Which also means, by extension, I'm going to get it. And we all have a better experience. Now, is it selfish? Yes. But by doing that, people are going to be saying, thanks for that, cheers dude. And all of a sudden, that little bit of... it's a dirty word, I know, but I'm just looking around to make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't want too many people to hear this, but we could potentially get a sense of community back into WoW. I know, it's a dirty word, and don't let that get out, but we could... I mean, that's a word that's going to get you banned on Twitch, I'll tell you that now. But we could get a sense of community back in. people starting to understand that there are challenges I can't overcome on my own. I do need these other people. I do need to be in a guild. I do need these other people to... I need to be polite. I need to be nice. Because this is my server. This is my home. I can't just press a button and all of a sudden I'm in a 5-man with random people. And it doesn't matter if I'm a dick. It doesn't matter if I need everything. It doesn't matter if I am abusive and turn around and tell everybody in the group to F themselves and their shit and this and that. Because I'll just press the button and it'll give me another group. And I don't care. That's not the way in Classic. You are on your home realm. And if you get a reputation for being a piece of doo-doo. Yeah, I'm saying that word. I don't care. If you get the reputation as being scum, being somebody's going to ninja loot or muck up a run on purpose, that sticks with you. Because you can't jump ship. Yeah, okay, pay for a server transfer. But you can't keep doing that. There was a post on the forum, and this is the thing that's been buzzing around my head. This is the thing that's been right there, that's made me end up making this video. Is somebody turned around and said that you're not going to be able to run both retail WoW and classic WoW at the same time. Somebody asked the question, why would you want to do that? Not from a malicious, you either play classic or you play retail. Pick a side! Like, I'm gonna hope it wasn't. I hope we haven't reached that level yet, although I can see that coming. The inevitable, if you play retail, you're a pussy! And only real men, Marlboro men, are playing classic. What are you, boy? I can see that coming a mile off. That's going to be Asmongold's raison d'etre, 100%. But back on topics. This person had done this post saying, I can't play both. The guy saying, why would you want to do that? And the guy said, well, because while a group's forming, for me to do, say, Shadowfang Keep, I want to be doing my dailies on WoW, on retail. And I sat there and I thought, this is everything wrong with current WoW. This is it in a nutshell. You don't want any of the interaction of chatting to the people in the group you're with. You don't want to try and get to know them. You don't want any social side of WoW at all. What you want is somebody to say in group, hi, looking to do Shadowfang Keep. Anybody else up for it? And you say yes. And they invite you. And then you go and alt-tab onto retail, fly around doing your world quests, and this other person, apparently who's a fantastic Samaritan humanitarian, is going to sort out the entire group for you because you are apparently God's gift to the world of WoW. And I'm sat there thinking, this is it. This is the problem. This is why guilds are slowly collapsing. And in retail WoW, it's allowed. It's encouraged. There's nothing wrong with it. We have this world whereby you can pug anything. There's no reason to really be with a group of people, get to know that group of people, and to do things with them. Unless you are that way inclined. I like, when I'm doing Mythic Plus, to get people in that I know, to have a couple of friends in there, jump in Discord, chat, and have a laugh while you're doing it. That's a huge part of doing M+ for me. It's one of the reasons I have stopped doing it. It's because I don't have that fun, that bounce anymore with people. Because a lot of people I know have quit or have gone off and they're doing their own thing. And fair play to them. That's all good. But Classic is going to force you not to do that. You want to kill that mob? Well, it's best just to team up with the people around you. Kill it. Say thanks for that. Or if you're waiting for the respawn, have a chat with them. You might make some new friends. That's what we all did. That's one of the biggest things you'll get from vanilla. You talk to the people in vanilla and they'll say... For me, it was Warhammer, and I've spoken about this before. I remember being in what was called Tier 2 at the time in Warhammer, and I was stood on top of a Dark Elf tower, and I was just this big black orc. I didn't have a guild or anything, and a guy came up to me and went, yo, you looking for a guild? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll join a guild. And he invited me to this guild, and I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life, and had some of the greatest experiences I've ever had in gaming with those people. And I was there for years afterwards until the game stopped, until they shut it down. Greetings. And I ended up being a guild leader, officer in that guild, and it was incredible. And I miss all those people to this day. And that all came from somebody starting a social interaction. And there's so many people missing out on that. There's so many people that join a guild because they think they're going to get something out of it. I.e. free pots, free gold, free repairs, free tabard, I don't know. Because they want the heirlooms that guilds provide. Who knows? But I do know that for us as a community to get the most out of what Blizzard serve up next, whatever they've learned from Classic going forward, whatever they implement, for us to get the most from it, we need to learn something ourselves from Classic and get that sense of community back. I think then we'll be in a really good position going forward. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'm going to go and try and squeeze in a little more Classic. Have a great one.